Good morning from the yarn closet in southern Arizona. This is the 67th time I've tried to upload this video, and that's why I look like hammered hell in my pink clothes that I wore last night as jammies. I'm so over it. This is going to be shorter and hopefully it will upload. I love you. It's just after Christmas. Yeah, the sun is screwing with my light. Let's see if that helps. Remember those curtains, and then I got the curtain liners? Well, so I can do the curtain liners where I still have some actual sunlight coming through and adjust the curtain liners. I love them. Look for them. You can do them with the grommet style. They're great. I love them. They're not as long as your regular curtains. They don't need to be. You can get them for blackout. You can get them for insulation, whatever. The different styles, different costs on Amazon. And yes, today I seriously looked at my Amazon and thought, can I cancel my Prime? What are the things I get every month? Could I get them somewhere else? I want to desperately. But I buy too many things for my dad and have them shipped to his place, so I'm not gonna. Now, here's the trick. If you make an order on Amazon that's over $35, you still get free shipping. So we don't actually need our Prime unless we're doing these little things. And so at some point in the future, I'm getting rid of my Prime. Nobody really watches Prime at my house. They don't use it for the video stuff. So that used to be a big motivator for me to keep the Prime. Yeah, I totally need to do my hair today. I did order a new curling iron, a bigger one, a wider brush. I can't do the ion one because the pokey outs aren't the same as the brush. I'm not loving it as it's growing out right at this level, but I want to try to grow it out and see what I can do. I'm really nervous. I didn't get enough face framiness. I don't like when my hair grows longer because I feel like it draws down my face. I have nice cheekbones, people. I have nice cheekbones. And so I think that I should have something a little bit longer of, like, longer. So here, but I need more than what I've got. So I don't know. I also don't want to go in just for snip. I don't know. I might try it myself. How much worse can I make it? Plenty worse. Absolutely plenty worse. But I also might just wait and see how this curling iron helps me. Because it is actually, I'm liking it fine as it's growing out, better than when it was just heavy. So hopefully this will get me to that next stage. My daughter's still in the matchy phase of life, and I'm enjoying it as long as I can. So she's got longer hair. I'm gonna try to grow mine out a little bit longer. In all of the won't upload videos, I had a whole bunch of hats that I made. Well, now you don't get to see those because I already gave them to my mom, whose church is doing a hat thing. I got some Mandala yarn from Lion Brand for Christmas. I got 2 different colorways. And in case you didn't know, when you order them off the internet, they will give you packs, usually in 3s, and they will not match. See, this does not actually match. It's close, but it doesn't match. These 2 were close, but they didn't match. I had to pull out a whole color to be able to start a project with slightly matching colors. And that project was some fingerless gloves. And see how they're not perfect? Can you see this? Can you see the color? And then this one is more, so they're not perfect, but they're, and this one is just like solid. It's just so bizarre. They're close enough. And I remember there was a time when Mandala had some wool in it. It's all acrylic now. So I just made 2 at a time. That was the plan, but then I realized since I'm using 2 strands together, I had to make them individually. So this was 20 stitches, 2x2 ribbing, seamed, and I didn't mattress stitch very well. I don't know why I'm not remembering my mattress stitch, but it's a nice little fingerless glove. I also made one from a worsted weight Maritime Family Fiber. This is a woollier wool, so it's got a little bit more bite to it. You can fold down. The opening is much bigger on this one. This was 32 stitches, 2x2, with a 4.5mm needle. I do have a little 1-page write-up that I made for my mom. It's not professional at all. It was just fast and loose so that her knitting group could make them if they wanted to. They do a lot for their homeless community. And I did these, the Maritimes 2x2. You don't need fancy wooden bowls. This was part of an Easter basket years ago. The trick to using any bowl is that it's deep enough and it's not too wide. When I started with this ball, it was quite a bit bigger, and it can fit snugly in and still work just fine. The trick is that it's just not wide, unless you want it rolling around the wideness, and that it's deep enough. And I love that for balls. And then can you see this? Both sides of the yarn I'm using to finish out this hat. This is another hat I'm doing for my mom's group. I'm trying to use up as much as I can. And I think this is the end of this colorway. And I never really liked this colorway, and I'm shocked at the people I've given stuff to who've just loved it. A little acrylic, brown acrylic in there, because this is superwash merino. The acrylic actually gives it a little bit of integrity. They both will stretch out, but they stretch out differently. You can mix fibers in projects, but you just have to know how to mix them. Like, I wasn't entirely sure this was going to work color-wise or fiber-wise. I just had to go with my knowledge and my gut, and it is working, and it's fine. So I'm gonna try to finish up this hat today. I'm gonna try to finish painting my laundry room today, and I have a knitter's confession to make. I started knitting because I wanted wool socks because I had sweaty feet. It runs in my family, stinky, sweaty feet. And even though I lived in Arizona, I knew that when I wore wool socks as a kid, they were self-wicking and everything. I can make socks. I do not love making socks. And so I've gone to the sock tube, and I make a lot of socks from a sock tube. You know what? I don't even like that. I don't. I just don't. I get interrupted too much. I can't finish even an afterthought heel without getting interrupted, and then things never match. The fit's never quite right. They're too loose. They're too tight. I'm darning constantly because I live in Arizona and there is like sand, dust everywhere, and it's like walking on sandpaper. So I have gotten wool socks. These turned out to be done on a sock machine. They were absolutely sock machine knit. I can tell from the way this waist yarn looks. They came folded, and it was too tight because the white is actually a stretchy material. It's like the nylon. So I had to unpick them, but I didn't want to have to finish the edge, so I just snipped it open so I could wear them. They weren't too tight on my ankles. And I'm not darning that. I am throwing it away. I'm over it. I can't stand it. These are also wool socks, and from a sock machine. You know, all these socks are made on sock machines, and there's stretchy in here, but these are designed to be compression for your feet, and I do like them in the winter. I do have to wear my looser shoes with them because these are thicker. I just got these for Christmas. These have a little stretch in them, but not nearly what the others do. There's nowhere I can really find to unpick. Hey, Mocha, knock it off. And they're super soft, and I can wear them with any size of my shoes. And I also got these. These are wool compression socks. They go all the way to my knee. The foot compression isn't the greatest because although I bought the right size for me, the foot's a little bit longer than it needs to be. And I got light compression. I've had some issues. I've stopped walking as much. I used to walk 3 miles a day or more, and I had some real issues last summer. It's now dark in the mornings before we go to school, so I don't do nearly that kind of walking. And real issues with my calves and Charlie horses and all kinds of stuff. I've been trying all kinds of things. This has helped. But I've decided life is too short. I'm gonna wear socks that I like, that are comfortable, and even if I have to buy them, I'm still gonna stick with the wool socks. And these are the wool socks. And I'm slowly getting rid of the rest of my wool socks as they die. And I don't feel bad about it. I have started another hat project, and I'm going to use up some of this blue with the gray. One thing I found when I got the DK mandala is that Premiere has this basic DK, and if you look at it, it's not exactly the same color yellow, but it's very complementary. I found that the colors in the Premiere Basic DK were very complementary to these skeins. Now you'll notice that the Premiere is just a little bit fuller, softer, fuller. This is tighter, doesn't have the squish. So if I want to do a marled thing, I got some of this. Oh, okay, just drop that there. Just drop that there. And those are my yarn endeavors over the holidays. That's all I got. That's all I got for now. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. If I continue to have uploading issues, I don't know what I'm going to do in the coming year. I don't know. I'm having to take a look at when this subscription renews, and maybe there'll be some changes. Maybe we will be far more driven on Patreon instead of YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with this. I love my community. I love the support that I get on Patreon. No mocha. And I hope you've all had a good holiday season. Look with your heart first, not your eyes. I'll see you next week. Sorry I missed last week. Upload issues.